Bloomington Central Station is a key part of the South Loop District, and so having these multiple phases helps implement the South Loop District plan. Carbon 31 is the newest residential phase within the Bloomington Central Station development.
At 8100 31st Avenue, which is a newly built street as part of the project, we're constructing a 6-story multi-family mixed-use project.
It's comprised of 405 residential units,
with which 36 of those units will be affordable at the 60% area median income.
And one unique characteristic is it includes a 14,500 square foot grocer. So Oxendale's grocer is building a facility and liquor store on the first level of the development.
Urban planners around the country love ground floor commercial because it creates pedestrian activity on the street, a sense of community, a sense of place.
A big part of living in South Loop or in a dense urban environment is not needing to take a car everywhere for every errand. Having a lot of residences within South Loop, being able to walk to the train stop, being able to walk to get groceries, makes life simpler in a sense. And it helps people live an urban lifestyle within Bloomington.
McGough acquired the site at the end of 2001 and has been a partner with the city since that time. The company spent a few years designing and master planning the site and studying sort of what would make the best transit-oriented development there. But they did that hand in hand with the city and went through an extensive planning review and entitlement process at the outset.
The Port Authority and McGough entered into a development agreement utilizing tax increment financing. And so we do have this financial tool on all of the property out there with which we're able to capture tax increment and then be able to invest that into future projects. It's a very important partnership to work with developers one-on-one because in order for us to realize the development vision that has been laid out in our comprehensive plan, we need to financially invest in some of these projects. Otherwise, the market is unable to meet the demand with which our vision entails, and we will end up with development that's not at the full capacity and vision that has been laid out.
Bloomington, for the most part, is a built-out city, and so there really isn't that much vacant land for a new development. What is available, a lot of it is within our South Loop District. That's a really important area within the city for growth.
This area is just prime for development with its location right adjacent to the 494 as well as easy access to the light rail transit station.
We've opened up a coffee shop. These are things that provide balance in the community, a draw to the area, and also all this development is significant tax revenue value, not just turned back to the project through the TIF, but for the rest of the city as well in the long term.
So having high intensity development within South Loop will reduce the tax burden on property owners throughout the city. Carbon 31 and Bloomington Central Station is pretty remarkable. 20 years ago, there wasn't anyone living within this area. With this latest addition with Carbon 31, just within Bloomington Central Station, there's over 1,400 dwelling units that are either existing or being constructed. It's pretty remarkable how quickly a neighborhood can change.
The brand for the project is really about celebrating the great outdoors, really tying in with what it is to be in Minnesota and tapping into the city and region's great outdoor resources. So we see this project as kind of the base camp for people. One last partnership that's been really significant at Bloomington Central Station is the city's placemaking commission. The development project has a 2-acre central park to it and some real pedestrian-oriented elements that we've partnered up with placemaking to celebrate, and it's really sort of anchored that eastern end of the South Loop. And this project is slated to open for residents to move in and for the grocery store to open and operate in October of 2023.